All right, here with my buddy Thunder to do a quick demo on how to turn a trigger into a cue to turn back towards a handler and earn reward. The trigger in this case are these three dogs. They are in a yard with invisible fence. They are off leash, they're running, they're barking, a very challenging trigger, a very challenging experience for Thunder. Let's take a look and see how he's doing. All right, there's my buddy right there. So when I first started working with him, he would respond from a great distance away, hundreds, 500, 600, 800 feet away. And as soon as he would perceive the dogs, and again, he's looking right at them, I would just feed him for looking and not responding. And I would do this every single time, as long as we were at a safe enough distance where he could succeed and he could start eating some food while looking at his triggers. That's what we did. Over time, I would start giving it a second. So we would see the dogs and I'd give it a beat and let him look. And then I'd let him go a little bit longer. And over time, and all dogs do this eventually, he'd be like, you know what? Every time I look at a dog, this guy behind me is always dropping food in front of me. And it's almost as if they say, where's my food? And they turn back towards me. And when they do, that is my new mark point. So let's see how my buddy did. There he goes. Oh, he's so cute. And again, this didn't happen overnight. We were doing this every walk, every time we saw another dog. Every opportunity we had, we were doing this exercise. And just over time, he started like, you know what? When I see a dog, it's an opportunity to earn reward. When I look back at this guy over here and he feeds me, which is great for him. So I'd rather have him making that choice as opposed to re-engaging with the other dogs. The other thing I did when we weren't faced with triggers, every time he offered me eye contact, I rewarded him. Every single time, whether that's he was responding to a noise I made or a sound I made or me shuffling my feet unintentionally or whatever. Anytime he chose to look at me, I would reward him. Now, on this walk, I was feeling pretty good. Thunder was making some good choices, so we decided to proceed. And again, for any single training session, I'm always faced with that choice. Do I press my dogs more if they're doing well? And if they're not doing well, do I say to myself, you know what? That's a good stopping point. Let's create some distance and live to fight another day, because I always want to keep my dogs under threshold or not reacting. So we went ahead and pressed on with this session. So we are face to face with these triggers. We are maybe 50 feet away. So this was a challenging experience for Thunder. Let's see how he's doing. Wagging his tail. Okay, so let's back that up just a little bit. You can see you got a little dancey here. He's kind of doing that thing. When Thunder, before he used to react, he used to have happy feet. His front feet would start kind of bouncing back and forth. His tail would be up a little bit more rigid. His head was kind of on a swivel. He'd be looking back and forth. A little bit of all the things we saw here. He wasn't really doing the feet thing. But that was always a tell for me, letting me know that a reaction was imminent. So in this situation, I felt pretty good. The first clip that I showed, we were quite a distance away, 150 feet or so, and we repeated this exercise. I would stop and let him make that same choice. Can you look at the dogs and turn back towards me? Can you look and turn back towards me? And because he was doing that the whole way as we were getting closer, I felt pretty good. Which led to this. Good job, buddy. And again, I felt good, but not supremely confident, so I wanted to reward him away from the dogs. If I was feeling very, very confident, I probably would have rewarded him closer to the dogs. At which point that sets up a choice. He would go and get the food, and then he could either re-engage with the dogs. He could re-engage with those dogs, or make the same choice and come back towards me. This time I played it super consistent and very conservative, given our situation, and took the win and rewarded him away. This next clip is going to be of a squirrel, so he's going to get his food. He's squirrel reactive too, and these guys are problematic. They can run out of bushes. They can come down from trees. They can pop up out of nowhere, which is a surprise. This is something that this squirrel was probably 60, 50 feet away at the time. I chose not to reward him in place, but rather just see if he would make that same choice. Meaning, can you see the squirrel and 1,000, 2, 1,000, think, and then turn back towards me and earn reward. Let's see how we did. Yeah, good stuff. So that's my buddy Thunder. I don't prompt him to do this. This was all choice. The way I set it up is I gave him a bunch of food just for looking. I would work in those pauses, so when he didn't get his food in the same timely fashion, he would start thinking, hey buddy, where's my stuff, and turn back towards me. And then that turn away from his distraction towards me is my mark point. I don't necessarily need the eye contact, although it's wonderful, but really the action of turning away from the distraction is what I'm looking for. So that was a nice exercise for Thunder. He's doing great these days. These things don't happen overnight. You have to be consistent. You have to work from a safe enough distance where your dog isn't going to react.